Chapter 9 Mowgli, the Man Cub by Rudyard Kipling. Mowgli lived among the wolves. Father Wolf taught him the meaning of all things in the jungle. When he was not learning, he sat out in the sun, ate and slept. He swam in the forest pools and even took his place at the council rock when the wolf pack met. Time passed and Mowgli grew strong, but Akela, the leader of the pack, grew old and feeble. Then Shere Khan, the lame tiger, made friends with the younger wolves, fed them scraps and flattered them. He would wonder how they were content to be led by a dying wolf and a man's cub. The young wolves would growl and bristle at that. One warm day, Bagheera took Mowgli deep into the jungle.
Little brother, Shere Khan is your enemy. He has been teaching the young wolves that a man cub has no place with the pack.
I have run and hunted with the pack, said Mowgli. Why should anyone wish to harm me?
Because you're a man's cub, and they hate you. When Akela misses his next kill, the pack will turn against him and against you. And then I have it,
said Bagheera, leaping up.
Go down quickly to the men's huts in the valley and take some of the red flower which they grow there.
By red flower, Bagheera meant fire. The red flower? Said Mowgli. I will get some.
Remember that it grows in little pots,
said Bagheera.
Get one swiftly.
I go, said Mowgli, and he bounded away. Mowgli ran through the forest to the village. He crawled to the window of a hut and saw a fire burning on the hearth. A woman got up and fed it with black lumps. In the morning, a child picked up an earthenware pot, filled it with lumps of red-hot charcoal, and went out. Is that all? Said Mowgli. If a cub can do it, there is nothing to fear. He took the pot from the boy's hand and disappeared into the bushes, while the boy howled with fear. Mowgli blew into the pot as he had seen the woman do. He dropped twigs and dried bark on the red stuff. Halfway up the hill, he met Bagheera.
Akela has missed,
said the panther.
They will deal with him and you today.
I am ready, said Mowgli and held up the fire pot.
Good. Now, I have seen men thrust a dry branch into that stuff, and presently the red flower blossomed at the end of it.
All day Mowgli sat in the cave tending his fire pot. In the evening, he went to the council rock. Akela lay on one side, while Shere Khan and his following of scrap-fed wolves walked about openly. When they were all gathered together, Shere Khan began to speak. Mowgli sprang to his feet. Free people, he cried. Does Shere Khan lead the pack now? There were yells of Silence, man's cub! Let Shere Khan speak! Then Shere Khan roared.
The man cub has lived and troubled the jungle for 10 seasons. He was my meat from the first.
Then half the pack yelled.
A man!
What has a man to do with us? Akela lifted his head and said,
He has shared our food, slept with us. He is our brother in all but blood. And you would kill him? In truth, I have lived too long. No man's cub can run with the people of the jungle,
howled Shere Khan.
Give him to me.
He's a man, snarled the pack. Mowgli stood upright with the fire pot in his hands. He was filled with rage and sorrow. Listen, you, he cried. You have told me so often tonight that I am a man, that I feel your words are true. So I do not call you my brothers anymore. But what I will do is not yours to say. That matter is with me. He flung the fire pot on the ground, and some of the red coals lit a tuft of dried grass on fire. All the wolves drew back in terror. Mowgli thrust a dead branch into the fire till it blazed up. Then he whirled it above his head among the covering wolves. Good, I see that you are afraid, said Mowgli, staring round slowly. The jungle is shut to me, and I must forget your companionship. But I will be more merciful than you and not betray you as you have betrayed me. But there is a debt to pay before I go. The fire was burning furiously at the end of the branch, and Mowgli struck right and left. The beasts ran howling. Only Akela, Bagheera, and perhaps 10 wolves that had taken Mowgli's part were left. Then something began to hurt Mowgli inside him. He caught his breath and sobbed, and the tears ran down his face. "What is it? What is it?" he said. "I do not wish to leave the jungle, and I do not know what this is. Am I dying, Bagheera?"
No, little brother,
said Bagheera.
that is only tears such as men use. Let them fall, Mowgli.
So Mowgli sat and cried as though his heart would break. Adapted from the Jungle Book. It is distressing to leave one's home and family.